Hi everyone, welcome to my channel again. I haven't done one of these videos in such a long time, and it's because I used to actually prepare a lot for them, and sometimes I would record them once or twice or three times. And so what I've decided to do is just go as if I'm doing a Facebook Live. I'm just going to record it and say what I need to say, and just kind of go as authentic and raw as I can, because I don't want to take too long, and there's a lot of things that I have been wanting to say to you guys, my audience. So I'm starting a new series of videos, and it's actually called 30 Steps to a Healthier You. I wanted to keep myself organized, and what I noticed is that as I was visiting my clients and I was talking to them about cleanse and detox and helping their immune system and all of this, I was noticing a trend. I was noticing that I was doing my notes and I was always asking the same questions. So I said I'm going to organize myself, and I created not a chart but a log, and it's called 30 Steps to a Healthier You, because I said to people, even if you are going to take my products or you want to lose weight or anything you want to do, there's certain steps that you need to follow. And I kept, like I said, repeating myself. And the first step was water. I kept asking people, how much water are you drinking? And I just noticed that 9 out of 10, if not 10 out of 10, and then once in a while 1 out of 10 would actually give me answers that were just not enough water. We're not drinking enough water. I include myself on that sometimes because I'm a health advocate, but sometimes I don't take enough water. So this is video number 1. So welcome to 30 Steps to a Healthier You. And so we're going to talk about water. We know that our body is made out of 80% water. Lots of people learned that already back in biology or back when you were in school. So if we know that our bodies are made of water, and we know that we deplete water through sweat and through just bodily functions like urine. So why don't we drink more water? That's the question. So a lot of the things have to do with we don't know how much we actually have to drink. I didn't know, and there's a very simple rule that I like. So there's several things. People say 8 ounces of water 8 times a day, but who walks around with an 8-ounce water, right? Or who walks around, like sometimes you're at work, sometimes you're at school, sometimes you are in the street. So it's really nice to have a nice jug, and I have one. I thought I had it with me, but I don't have it, so now I'm just going to keep recording. And so it's about this tall, and I used to take about 2 of those a day, 2 to 2.5. Well, actually the rule is like this: whatever your weight is, take half of it in ounces. So I weighed 135 pounds, which would mean, I'm just going to round it up to 140. It's going to be 70 ounces of water a day. So those water jugs that I was taking, I should actually be taking 3 of those instead of the 2 to 2.5 that I was taking. Now, the other thing is that I noticed was that people were actually drinking water pretty much for the wrong reasons. They were drinking them because they were thirsty. If you're thirsty, it's already too late. You should not allow yourself to get thirsty. It's just like when you're hungry. If you're hungry, it's already too late to eat. Your body should never get hungry. So how to drink your water is important. You can actually, my advice, take 1 every hour. There's water apps for these, or you know what? Maybe just put an alarm in your phone that reminds you every hour to drink a glass of water. And that should make it, because you're working 8 to 10 hours. That's going to give you the 8 to 10 to 12 ounces a day that you should actually be taking, which is the approximate. But like I said, it depends on your weight, and it depends on, because if you're a big person, it also depends if you live in a hot country or if you're exercising a lot, then you should increase your intake of water and sometimes double it or even triple it. And so what does water do for you? So I made some notes. A lot of people kept telling me, but I drink tea or coffee. That doesn't count because they're diuretics. And so if you are actually drinking tea or coffee, then it's not going to count as a glass of water. We talked about bodily functions. And so we know that a lot of people, one of the things that most of my clients are asking me for is, can I take something for energy? I'm always tired. I'm always fatigued. Well, how much water are you drinking? Because it's linked, that dizziness, if you're reading a book, if you're looking at your screen for a long time and you're getting tired and you're getting fatigued, it could be linked to just dehydration. The next thing was proper digestion. So because this is my field, this is what I love, and this is what I talk about most of the time throughout the day, I tell people, if you're constipated or if you have some kind of problem in your stomach, it could be you're not taking enough water. And sure enough, when we did the count, people were not taking enough water. So we know that it takes a rate of passage from your mouth to your colon for the food to come down. So it goes in and then it goes out. So the rate of passage is the amount of time that it takes from one side to the other. And so your rate of passage is going to actually give you, a good feeling because it's moving along the way it should, or it's going to give you uncomfortable feeling. And so if things are not coming out the way they should be coming out, or at the rate that they should be coming out, they start actually releasing toxins in your body. And releasing toxins is not good because you're going to feel it. The other thing is, as you're transporting this waste material out of your body, you need different things that are happening. So if you're eating and the food needs to be digested properly, you need the water for that. Now the nutrients need to be absorbed and put into the bloodstream, you need water for that. Once they're in the bloodstream, blood flows through your veins, you need water for that. So pretty much every bodily function is linked to water. It's essential for good circulation. It's also essential to metabolize carbohydrates and proteins through your body. So without water, you can't do anything. Let me see what else I have here. Dehydration. So I talked a little bit about this. Dehydration is the fact that sometimes when you're feeling hungry, it's actually that you're dehydrated. So if you are craving something, or if you feel that you want to eat something, a lot of the times you can just drink a glass of water and it will go away. So dehydration is linked to actually that craving mechanism. And it's also a thirst mechanism that is telling you my body needs something. We also need water as a cooling system. Cooling system, if you are in a hot country, or if you exercise, or you sweat a lot, then you're going to actually, need to balance it out. So it's a cooling system. It's incredible. Water helps a lot for people that have kidney stones. It helps a lot for people with constipation, like I mentioned before. And a lot of people have come to me lately with problems with kidney stones. And if they're asking me if I have a product for that, actually, there are some supplements that I have for that. But the interesting fact is that a lot of it can be just fixed with water. Why? Because water is, for the kidneys and to the whole body, like I said before, essential, because you need to break those stones. They're not going to break without water. So if you're not taking enough water, and yes, you can take all the other things like cranberry juice and other things that are going to help you, but without water, you can't do anything. Now, the one thing I didn't know, and this one I'm going to read a little bit because it's new for me. It's chronic cellular dehydration. I love this one. Consistent failure to drink water can lead to CCD. This condition means that the cells are never quite hydrated, and it leaves them in a weakened state, vulnerable to attack and disease, and it weakens the overall body's immune system. So because it leads to chemical, nutritional, and pH imbalances, and that is a cause of disease. Many of you know that I'm in the field of immune system. So this is what happens if your body and your cells are constantly dehydrated. They don't perform. So we're not just talking about body, but we're talking about cellular, your cells not working properly. Last but not least, is there anything as too much water? Yes, there's something that, and this is why I made this video, because I wanted to learn more about also how much water to take, and the question was, is there anything as too much water? I was doing a water challenge, and my friend said to me, do not take too much water because your sodium can be diluted. So I read a little bit more about that, and so a lot of people that are doing like a water challenge or just want to try and meet the goal, what I call it, of drinking those ounces of water, you're taking everything all at once. You can't do that because it's almost dangerous, and you could cause hyponatremia, which is diluted sodium. And so if you do that, it could be non-beneficial for your health. Instead of doing something, drinking too much water, it could be causing that. And that's because you're taking too much at the same time, or too much throughout the day, and then your kidneys are just getting too much work to do. So for that, drink your water every hour. Like I said at the beginning, that's the goal of this video, to tell you how much you should drink. You already know, half of your weight, and do it in small measures. So every hour drink a cup or a glass, and so that should give you all. So thank you for watching, and that's all for today.